I'm gonna make a shocking claim, but it's true. By the end of this video, you're not gonna care whether you have acne or not anymore. I know that's bold, so let's see if I'm right. If you don't know my story, I used to have extremely severe cystic acne. I mean, worse than anyone I knew in real life. And that made me feel entirely alone, and I felt like a spectacle at school, at work, literally anytime I was in public. It destroyed my confidence, and crying myself to sleep or screaming at the top of my lungs in my car was a very regular occurrence for me. I needed help, but I didn't get it. That's why sharing this is so important to me, because I want to be the big brother for you that I never had, but I needed. The first thing I want to give you is a tool that I wish I had learned a lot earlier in life, and it's called HALTs. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, and stressed. It's 2 a.m., the whole house is dark, everybody, including the dog, is asleep, but I'm in the bathroom, leaning past that sink, so I'm 2 inches away from the mirror, and this gives me the best close-up view so that I can scrutinize every spot on my face, and I have become an expert at hating myself. I know exactly how to break myself down into nothing, into less than nothing. I know I should stop picking at my face. I know I should go to bed, but I just can't. I haven't realized it yet, but I have become addicted to this feeling, this terrible, terrible feeling. I know it intimately well, and I've become so comfortable with that terrible feeling that I actually crave it. Tonight's self-loathing session began 2 hours ago when I noticed one of my pimples had come to a head, and then I went to the mirror to pop it, and sure, I got the white out, but now the spot has swollen up to twice the size. It's joined the other 4 marble-sized cysts on my face, and that is when I started to spiral. So this is when I should have stopped and asked myself, HALTs. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Or am I stressed? In this case, I was all 5 at once. Each of those things works like an amplifier. Whatever negative thought you're focusing on is amplified and makes your reality way, way, way worse. This doesn't make your acne go away. It doesn't make your pain go away, but what it does do is it helps you to realize that you're not in the right state of mind to be thinking about this, thinking about your acne right now. So it's time to stop, leave the room, and come back to these thoughts another day when you're not in the middle of HALTs. Think of this as like an emergency brake that you need to pull because you're barreling towards the wall at 100 miles an hour and your regular brakes have stopped working. The thoughts, the words we say to ourselves, it changes our reality. So do not let your mind run rampant when you're already in a negative mind state, because it can cause a lot more damage than you really realize. Okay, I know we just started pretty heavy there, but if you're going to leave this video with just one tool, I really hope that you use that one. So we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. We're gonna get into some quick and easy but very effective tricks that we can do to start to find our confidence again. Before we do that, I wanna point out that everything I'm gonna tell you in this video is coming directly from my Acne Confidence Secrets book, which is in the bundle version of my acne program, theacnemethod.com. The program is designed in a way to help people identify the cause of their acne instead of just targeting their symptoms. It's very simple, but it's also very effective. But to me, the Confidence Secrets ebook is so important because I'm sure you can tell I'm very passionate about this, and I poured my heart and my soul into it because, like I said earlier, it's all of the stuff that I wish someone would have taught me and what I needed at that time, but I didn't actually ever get. Acne is so much more than just the blemishes on your face. The blemishes that it leaves on your self-esteem are all consuming. They feel like blemishes on your soul. And believe me, even though it does seem impossible, especially right now, you can and you will heal every square inch of that self-esteem. You will learn to love yourself the way that I do without having ever met you. I'm telling you, I love you, and I want you to get to that point where you can say, I love myself. Okay, again, I got super passionate because this is very emotional to me. It's very much so connected to my heart. Let's move forward with some simple tips, and then we'll get to the bigger ones a little bit later. So confidence is complex. It's a lot deeper than just our appearance, but our appearance does play a part. It's sort of like the first domino that then hits and leads to bigger and deeper levels of our self-esteem. And for so long, we've let that domino fall into a bigger, badder, worse domino and let that take the reins. Now, we're gonna use these dominoes to our advantage and make them lead to bigger and better dominoes instead of worse ones. So first up is your outfit. Think about this. You ever gotten some new sneakers or a new jacket that just fits you perfectly and immediately you start walking different? You get a little swagger, a little pep in your step. You feel cool. You feel good. Take advantage of that because the opposite is true too. If you're wearing worn out clothes that have stains and holes, they don't fit you, whatever it is, those clothes can make you feel self-conscious. That can make you shy away from people and get that kind of energy of, don't look at me, I'm not proud of this, and I don't want you to look too closely at my clothes. And you don't want that, because once you start that feeling, once you start that mood, it becomes a lot easier to let that mood take over how you're feeling about your acne that day too. Fix that. Wear something that you like so much that you hope people look closely because you know it looks good. Let's reframe our energy. No more apologizing, no more shame. You do not owe anyone an apology, and you never have. Now we just need to get you to realize that. This tip that works for your clothes, it works for your shoes, it works for your accessories, it works for your hair. Take care of your hair. Make it look cooler and more beautiful than anyone else. Make it a point of pride. The more we plant seeds of pride, the sooner they grow roots, and eventually those roots become very deep and sturdy, and it'll take a lot more to shake your confidence than it did before. That foundation is what we can then build our whole self-esteem upon, and it takes time, yes, but the more solid it is, the bigger and the better we can build our whole lives on top of it. Before I get into the big one, the one that really saved me and saved my confidence, I want to read something that I wrote about a moment that changed my life forever. When I was starting to rebuild my confidence, I would have a shaky day, and then I'd think back to this moment. I've been sharing videos on YouTube since I was 15, and I began talking about my acne at around 18. I was showing high definition close-ups of my current breakouts, and I was encouraging people to love themselves regardless of their acne. Now, one day about 6 months into sharing my acne journey, I received this message from somebody who said that they were on the brink of doing something terrible when they had started watching my videos. Acne had torn them apart, it ruined their self-esteem, and they felt alone and they felt worthless. They said that when they watched my videos, it helped them to start feeling their acne in a different way, and it pulled them out of their depression. I knew I had found a passion because the way that I felt in that moment was indescribable. I will never forget that moment for the rest of my life. Passion. That's one of the biggest keys to that true confidence that consumes you. It silences the white noise. You know, all those thoughts that are bouncing around your head all day. Was she staring at my acne? Will they laugh at me? I can't believe they called me that name. All of those thoughts get worse when you have a bad day or someone insults you in real life or online, but those thoughts aren't useful. And a lot of times we obsess on them so much that we make them way worse than they actually are, but a passion helps us silence them. Okay, Katy Perry, Lorde, Miley Cyrus, what do they all have in common? They all have acne, and yet they still have prolific careers. I'm sure they struggle with insecurity because of their acne, but their love for their passion trumps that. I'm telling you, acne was crushing me. Every day I could not escape all of this white noise in my head. Then I discovered my first passion, which was bodybuilding, and I absolutely fell in love. The same thing happened again when I discovered cinematography and then YouTube. And whenever I was feeling down because I had been picked on earlier that day, I was able to pick up the weights or the camera, and immediately I could transport to a whole new world where my mind was free from people's opinions, people's insults, and it literally felt like I entered this flow state where hours and hours would go by without me even thinking of my acne one time. That is so freeing when up to that point, your whole life, your every moment, all you can think about is your acne. Imagine just being able to actually turn that off even just for a few hours. In those moments, I was not only free, but I was absolutely filled with happiness, joy. I was completely engaged in what I loved doing the most. I believe that this is the most important thing that we can do to improve our self-esteem and our confidence. The thing is, when you're engaging with your passion, you are fully engulfed by it. The passion creates goals that are way bigger than the day-to-day crap that you have to deal with acne. You can spend a full day engaging with that passion and then look to the clock and wonder how 6 hours went by so quickly and you didn't even think about your acne once. When you have a passion and someone without a passion makes fun of you for your acne, it's a whole lot easier to say, well, I'm doing something with my life. All you're doing is wasting your life away and hating on people in the process. It takes a lot of weight out of their punches. In my opinion, a passion is pivotal to increasing your confidence. Passions take time to find, so try different things until you experience that fire, that spark inside of you, that obsessive love that consumes you, instead of letting your acne consume you. Look, I know it's hard to try anything when you're struggling, but that's where the next part comes in, comfort zones. We have to force ourselves outside of our comfort zones again and again and again, because every small step we take increases how big that comfort zone is. And those very small steps lead to huge changes over the course of a year. And while there will be times that you get crushed and you shrink back and that comfort zone maybe retracts a bit, you'll still make more progress by trying instead of just giving up. When I first started going to the gym, I was really afraid that people were gonna see my acne and make fun of me for it and point at me and all that stuff. It was consuming my brain and it made me not want to go. But I forced it. I made myself go to the gym because I realized how much I had loved it the first couple times I lifted. Soon, people were coming up and they were asking me for advice, and that helped me stop thinking that they were all insulting me silently, and I started to realize that a lot of them admired my passion. So my perspective started to change. The biggest mistake that people make is thinking that they'll suddenly become confident once they eliminate their acne without having worked on it beforehand. First, you'll likely never 100% eliminate your acne entirely, and of course, being the critic that you are, you'll never say, my face is clear enough for me to be confident. Instead, you're gonna keep beating yourself down even if you achieve 95% less acne unless you start to change things. Secondly, your self-esteem and your confidence are things that you practice and work on over long periods of time. It's like a skill or a muscle. You have to keep working on it. If you never work on them, even if your face becomes fully clear, I can guarantee you, you will not have the confidence that you think you're suddenly going to have. Working on your confidence now is not only an important thing to do, it is pivotal. Building a strong self-esteem translates into every other area of your life. Here's a few quick things I really want you to write down, whether it's on sticky notes or on your cell phone. Maybe you can take those sticky notes, put them on your bathroom mirror so that you see them again and again and again. These are simple, but they're very powerful. First, don't take things personally from people that you are not personal with. Second, don't put weight to people's words who don't weigh their own words before they say them. Third, it's okay to cry. Cannot overstate that. I wish I would have learned that one a lot earlier. Let your emotions out. Do not bottle them up or they will absolutely destroy you. Fourth, trust in your own brand. And I mean, be team you. No one likes a people pleaser, and yes, at first, when you make your own path, you're gonna get a lot of pushback for it. Eventually though, when you keep being you, people who love you and your brand, who you are, will come into your life and you'll find your true people. Not people who only like you because you tried to be what they wanted you to be. People that love you because you are authentically yourself. And fifth, this is for when people close to you hurt you. My grandma would have this very shocked look on her face when I'd see her after a while, and she'd look at my acne and she'd say, "Oh honey, your face, what's wrong?" And then she'd give me a bunch of ancient acne remedy advice, but it would hurt really bad. It felt terrible, but I knew that it came from a good place. She just wanted to help me because she felt like she could see me hurting. So here it is. Ask yourself, were they trying to hurt you with what they said? When it comes to people you love, like your friends, your family, the words that they say can be the most painful because they matter to you most. It's someone that you respect, someone that you love. And when they point out your acne, it feels belittling. It strikes deep. Right? But oftentimes people's love and concern for you comes out in the wrong words. So try to look at the root of what they meant to say, not how they actually said it. Confidence. It's not simple. You can't take a pill to fix it, but you are not helpless. You can train your confidence, just like I said earlier, like a muscle or a skill, and I want you to do exactly that. Train it. So do you feel a little better? I hope you at least feel a bit more understood, a little less alone. I hope you feel like you have some tools and some strategies at your disposal, because I will say this again and again, I love you. I do not even know you. I just need you to practice loving yourself so that you can love yourself too, and you can do that. I never thought I would love myself when I was staring in that mirror, when I was hating myself, but eventually I did. I love who I am on the inside. I love my passions. I love helping other people. No matter what happens to my outside, I love who I am on the inside. This is part 1 of a limited 2-part series about confidence on my channel, so immediately go watch part 2 because everything I couldn't fit into this video goes into that one, and it's equally as important as everything you learned in this video. Guys, my favorite skincare brand has and always will be Banish. Everything they make is 100% natural, cruelty-free, all small batch made. You can use my discount code Brian5 for a discount. My acne program and my acne Discord server are in the description below. I hope this video was helpful. Share it with a friend who needs it. Give it a thumbs up so it gets out to other people, and please, if you have any other tips that you think could help someone who's dealing with acne, who's watching this video right now, leave it in the comments below. below. I make videos every single week. Let me be your acne big brother. Subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new content. And remember that you are not alone. You are beautiful and you're a part of Team Acne. I'll see you skin bosses in the next video.